Now at 10, a state of emergency.
Never realized what you got till it's gone, and it hurts.
The rain is gone, but record high floodwaters remain.
Everybody in this town are wonderful. We all are sticking together.
Homeowners and emergency crews are assessing the damage.
The best news I can share with you is throughout this, there has been no reported loss of life or serious injury. A lot of property damage. We can deal with property damage.
More good news, rivers have crested, but the floodwater isn't expected to fully recede until next week.
Thousands still without power, and there is a curfew again tonight in Burlington from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
We have team coverage from Burlington. Corrine Zell has the story of volunteers arriving to help.
But first, Rebecca Clough shows us how neighbors are cleaning up without power. Rebecca.
George and Carol, it is the second night in a row that people are going to bed without power, and they're being told to get in their homes and stay there. There's a 10 o'clock curfew still in place because the water is still at dangerous levels. It's been a long, hot night for people living next to this in Burlington.
I got about 3 hours of sleep.
In the early hours this morning, Joseph Solik walked down to the basement to the worst of it.
At the high point at 1 o'clock in the morning, it was probably, again, up to this point. And now with pumping all day.
His neighbors are doing the same. It's hard to imagine that anyone who has all this in their backyard is breathing a sigh of relief, but the Keens are because the water used to be all the way to that stoop. Now the water has stopped rising, though they're left in the dark.
Nobody can tell us anything.
Alan and Deb Keen are basically by themselves with their neighbors on the closed-off roads.
Because of the way the river has overflowed, we left a big island of homes that people cannot get to.
They also have no idea when the power could be turned back on, since their basement and fuse box is underwater.
We got a hand opener, to open food, and we can eat food out of cans.
But they say they're making it.
Our faith in God's getting it through it.
The police chief thinks the power might be restored here tomorrow, but he says everyone should be prepared for the power to be off even longer. And he also says the best thing anyone can do, check on their neighbors. Even if you don't live here, if you know a relative or a resident here, call them. Keep calling them until the water levels are back to normal. For now, reporting live in Burlington, Rebecca Clough, today's TMJ4.